Hey YouTube, this is Nashtaters. Welcome back to another episode of War of Divisions. So I got home this morning, took a shower, and I was going to do a video covering the new notices. But then I realized the official channel actually put out a video, and I felt like it was good time for people to take the opportunity to watch the video themselves first before I go and ramble on some of that content. Then I realized on the notice board they already revealed some of those information. So it didn't really make any difference, to be honest. But I work nights, sometimes it's really hard to recuperate the following day. So I think today I'm just going to do the notices and maybe do some summons to make up for the fact that I will not be doing two videos. So let's get into it. Visions update number 4 is on YouTube. Go check it out. Halloween is coming soon. Trademarked. Very interesting. Schedule maintenance. New campaigns and updates for Halloween. New class matches. New equipment training and reruns. I'm not going to go over everything in details because most of it is redundant. Equipment training quests and reruns are going to basically reruns of some recipes that we had in the past. And we also get the JP event back. The new match seems a bit interesting. But to be honest, I think most of us are not really interested in PvP, for it is kind of contrived, it is poorly designed, and for the most part, not very entertaining. But looks like the class match is going to be active. Basically, the way it works is you match against other people, and you will fight each other, and then you climb a ladder system. Each week, I believe, or every so often, wherever you're ranked, you will drop a little bit, and then you have to climb from that point on again. So you don't have to start all over. I think this system has been implemented in many games, such as Epic 7, and I believe there's another game that I played that was like that, but I can't remember the top of my head. So it's kind of interesting. Is it going to be cool? I don't know. Maybe we'll give it a shot when it does come out. But personally, like I said before, I'm not really interested in live PvP. New campaigns, nothing really special here, other than the fact that we're going to be getting 2,500 gems, and we're going to be also getting some new units, which we'll get into right now. I wasn't really expecting this, to be honest, because I was going to make a video breaking down the 2 sets of units that are going to be coming before Final Fantasy IV. Well, this might throw a little wrench in all of that planning, because I think most of us didn't expect this to come. Because when Ryu, the UR version of the Halloween version, as you can see here, was released on Japan, most of us speculated that it would not be released on global. But Halloween is a United States holiday, so it is fitting. And honestly though, I wasn't expecting it. But now that it is here, I might have to retweak and rethink my strategies in terms of should I save or should I summon for these units. From the judging the looks of them, they look pretty cool. Okay, let's be honest. Ryu's a zombie kind of thing, and little Leela looks like it's some sort of werewolf perhaps. And after I watched the video on the official webpage, the official YouTube channel, I realized maybe I will actually contemplate getting one. Little Leela, it's basically, if you think about it, it's basically a win version of Aldira, right? You have Arithmetician, you have White Mage, and you have Ninja, which is a little bit unique because Ninja is pairing fairly well with Mathematician to gain some speed. I think that's where she may shine a little bit more. But Aldira doesn't really do super good damage. Like, she's really good for farming, and she is pretty potent in terms of arena and PvP, but I think most people don't use her. So in terms of arena, it may be interesting for those folks who don't have Aldira to attempt to get this unit. Unfortunately, it is limited unit, and it's going to be a lot of work to try to get her to level 99. And I think she wasn't really on the radar of people, right? Clearly, most people have their planning set out in terms of mapping in the next couple of months who they should be saving for and who they want to completely pass. And as far as Ryu is concerned, the only interesting thing about this character is, in fact, the TMR. It is a zombie mask, and it bestows a re-raise on self, allows unit to automatically recover from KO status once per battle. Here's how I look at this. This itself is very powerful. It could be very good in terms of arena. Imagine slapping this bad boy on, say, actually you can't, because it says specifically Trustmaster reward equipable jobs. It looks like mostly squishy units. So that being said, let's say you put this on Eldyra, okay? And Eldyra, and you just slap on a lot of, say, resistances and maybe lots of stacking in terms of HP. And by the way, we are going to be getting the stacking later on. And it seems like to be a good stall tactics, right? But is it really redundant, right? Because a lot of units, they can re-raise or raise others. So the fact that they can re-raise themselves, perhaps maybe if you slap this on Ayaka, it can actually be quite annoying. But I think it really determines if the unit itself re-raises with full health. And if that's the case, then yes, it might be very troublesome for some people. Like, put this on Grace will actually be really solid, because even if they kill her, and by the way, she has tons of resistances, right? So even if they killed her, she can just jump right back and you gotta start all over. And that could be very draggy in terms of finding a defense. Other than that, I don't really see much usage in this. In terms of hard card content, since you can't slap this on a tank, most of your units who can equip it are squishy enough that they're going to be most likely one-shotted. So them re-resing themselves isn't really going to be a humongous game changer. So, but I think my assessment maybe change if we see this in action, right? So we don't really know exactly if it's going to be working in the way that a lot of people are thinking. But the master ability is going to be the first time that it's going to give other people on the team extra abilities, right? Earth unit allies max HP plus 10%. This is something that was done quite a bit in terms of the Alchemist Code, the game that predates this game. And that in itself is going to be showing us that it's going to be moving in the right direction. We're going to see probably more of this in terms of different units, since right now we don't see units having leader abilities. This basically itself is a leader ability, meaning that you put this unit on your team, it's going to give other units of that same element on the team extra bonuses, right? Either it be HP, defense, spirit, or what have you. I think this is going to be indicative of the future, where we're going to be perhaps seeing some content in which we have to bring 5 units of the same element. So this is kind of a good foreshadowing for the future. Now, as far as Little Lita, I'm not going to lie, I would really love to get this unit because she's just really cool looking. I was a big fan of Little Lita as is, but as I play with her more and more, the original version of Little Lita isn't super powerful per se. But she just had a very cute look to her. And this one, oh man, this is just a super cute looking. And so maybe I'll think about it. This is a tough decision though. Very tough decision. And the thing is, you no longer have the quest in which you can earn 50 shards. You simply just have to level them up. And as you level them up, you open up on the challenge missions, and you can get upwards to 120 shards for each unit. So you can get them for either or, because there's going to be 2 challenges. And you're going to be earning other things like Rainbow Vision Spears and Rainbow Fragments of Thought. So it's a nice little touch, but most people probably going to think that these are going to be for people who are heavy spenders, right? 2 UR units plus a UR vision card, most of us will not be able to handle this many URs. So I don't think I'm going to bother with the should you save, should you summon, because most of the time, people who spend a lot of money already know who they're going to summon. And the same thing goes for free-to-play players. I think the key of summon or save videos is targeted at folks who are somewhat new to the game, and perhaps they're unsure if a unit is worthy of their time. I think everyone's learning that having too many units in the game when you're playing this game for a while isn't going to be something you should be aiming for. Let those units come as they come. And I think you should be focusing on the trifecta, like I've been emphasizing for the last couple of months. So again, if you feel like watching those summon or save videos, you know, they do get a lot of people enjoying them. But for the most part, I think they're not really for veteran players in this game. Clear all unit missions, clear all quest missions for these 2 units and receive 40 shards each. So it looks like that is also there in terms of the same mission, but looks like it's something different. It's a milestone mission. With that, we'll kind of have to see how it works. But again, I assume if you don't have those units, that's really not going to be of concern for people. And the last thing really is, you can also get these shards from the Chocobo Expedition. So I think it's possible that for people who want to add these units to their roster and they weren't planning on these units, you may have an ability to at least get one of them to level 99, since these are kind of separate in terms of where you're going for. And that maybe have to ultimately be the problem for a lot of people. You have to pick which one you want to level, because chances are it's going to be very tough to get both of them leveled up. I have to make a decision. If I was to choose, for look wise, I would go for Little Lita, okay? For usefulness, I'll probably go for Ryu, simply because I do want to mess around with that TMR. And I also like the idea that it's Runa. It's something we don't have, right? Arithmetician, we already have a unit like that. So Little Lita will just be added to that farming list. And that doesn't really add anything special to my team. But then again, maybe we'll see what her TMR is and make that decision. Because at this point, I think any more units I'm building is most likely for the TMR purposes, right? Or maybe showcasing off to other folks. But limited time units isn't something that's been on my mind a lot lately, other than anticipating Kane and whatever is coming in the future. But I said that before. I really want to just kind of really go hard for limited time units, because the other units that they release in the game, I can get those at any time, drop in my lap. And chances are, I don't really care too much about most of those units, with the exception of Venera. I still regret till this day that I don't have Venera, and I should have summoned for her, because as I play the game more and more, I realize I love her the most, because she is so good. And she's good for different purposes as well. So. Oh well, it is what it is. But as promised, I'm going to do some summons, because I have lots of tickets, and I shouldn't be hoarding them. I have 50. I know my beautiful, sexy face is blocking that, but I have 50, so I'm going to spend 20, just to kind of make up for the fact that I will not be doing 2 videos today. By the way, I hope you guys had a great weekend. Oh, here we go. I certainly had a great weekend. I did alright on the raid, and by the way, I really hope they implement some future changes for the raid, because from what I gathered, Kane, okay, Final Fantasy IV, Kane is going to be wanting to get his spear from the raid. And then supposedly, if you summon Cecil during the Japanese time release, Cecil was released 1 week prior to Rosa and Kane's release. And then Raid was released during, I believe, the time where Kane and Rosa's banner was up. So ideally, Cecil would have been the best for that specific raid, thus earning you the recipes for the spear to give to Kane. That is very cunning. I think that's the best word to describe it, because let's think about that, right? I gotta buy a unit, essentially buy a unit, and then level that unit up to participate in another raid to gather a weapon for another unit that almost everybody wants at this point. So far, my history indicates I don't do well in raid, and I don't know how else to really improve, other than getting Cecil so I can form a bunch of parties involving other people's Cecils, or Cecils. I think it's Cecil, right? And then I can get that spear, which I'm sure I really want, because I want to complete my Kane. That's a mouthful there, guys. That's a mouthful, but... Alright, let's just go ahead and get this summon done here. Little Lita, of course. Little Lita. And Murmur. By the way, I'm going to probably be showcasing Murmur soon, hopefully, on the free-to-play account, because I am very interested in her in action. She is a bit slow, and I think people have been actually giving that feedback to the community. And when I did my review months ago, I said that like, Murmur was going to be very slow, and that was going to be her strongest weakness. Here we go. Oh man, I think it's... Oh, now you want my review, huh? Well, guys, I'm a little speechless right now because I just got Super Sexy Stern. Super Sexy Stern. Not what I was expecting. I said I wanted the Dark Slashing unit in Venera, and they gave me Super Sexy Stern. But the thing is, I can't build him because I already missed out on all those shards. I think I'm gonna have to slowly build him to level 89. That will have to be my goal. The Lambo has landed into my garage. It will be the best thing I can say. Sir O. Oh, Sir O. Here we go, change. No. Seductive Serpent. Lamia Queen. Maybe that's who I should dress up as for Halloween. Alright, that's all the time for this video. Looks like Sexy Stern is showing off my account because the Lambo is in the garage, like I said. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have good luck if you decide to summon for the Halloween units. It's kind of weird. Like, the game is telling me that, hey, don't summon for the new UR units. You already have Super Stern to work on. I don't know if I'm really going to be working on them anytime soon, to be honest. So, we'll see what happens. But take care of yourself, all your loved ones. Remember, time is your most valuable resource. So spend it wisely. Until next time, Nashtaters and his family out. Peace out, guys.